Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Hmm. I wonder, how many of you people out there vote? I mean, it's a nice concept, yes, but do you realize exactly what it means when you vote? VOTE. When you go down to the poll and vote and cast your ballot for who you want as president or who you want to represent you, do you realize what you are doing? You are, in fact, claiming that you are a slave and you want to stay a slave. I mean, this land was, as the term would be put, allodial. ALLODIAL. This is God's land. But as long as you go out and vote, you are claiming that you want to be a slave. Every vote you cast is an agreement to be a slave, whether or not you get what you want or not. It allows them. It tells those who are making the law, you're a slave. Allodial, God's land. This is the land of God, not the land of man, or human. Hue, meaning color, meaning your eyes can see color. HUE is color. Human sees color. Know what words really mean. You are part man that can see color. So you are human. That's part of the problem. They have you so convinced that these terms that they come up with. I mean, I wrote an article about canon, and I've had 15 people tell me, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I was able to write and get them trapped within the first paragraph to where they could not mentally get past that point. Where no matter what they did or what they tried, their brain could not process anything beyond that one word. It doesn't show my ignorance because it was purposely set. Realize the truth of what I'm telling you, or else you'll never see anything that I say. If you get stuck on words and you are so anal about it that you have mental issues that make you comment like, well, this debate is simple and easy because it's a misspelling of canon. No, it's not a misspelling. It's a set-up trap for stupid people. And the funny thing is, people fall for it. People, not humans, not man that can see color. No, people, sheep, stupid people. Things that really aren't alive in a system that says that God gave us the land, not a king. There's no king or queen out there that can build land. None of them can do it. Alright? They can try, they can pretend, but not a single one of them can create land. All they can do is take land from one point A to point B. And that is it. They cannot build the land. everything from the ground under your feet to the stars in the sky was built for us by God. The reason and what has been said is that the reason they do not tell us the truth is because every man, woman, and child would be banging against the dome we are in, and at that point they would realize that these so-called kings and queens and rulers and presidents and congressmen would be killed, would be hunted to the ends of the world, because there would be no safe place for them to hide, because they wouldn't be able to get out of the dome. For all their crimes that they've made us do, for all their crimes against us, they would be hung, every single last one of them, from Bush to Bush Jr. And you can see how the evil from one goes to the next, goes to the next. It's not me who does this. It is these evil entities who consider you their slaves because you sit there and vote. You sit there and demand this in their system. Allodial means allotted by God. God is the one who gave us this. This is God's land, not some stupid bankers. Who sold it to them? Or did they use dogs of war to go out and make a claim and say that God isn't real? The reason they want to keep you in this idea that there's outer space up there, because, real simple, when you inhale, that outer space becomes inner space, because it's inside you. And when you exhale, guess what? It becomes outer space. It doesn't matter if it's from your nose to the ground, or your nose to the sky, or your nose to the wall. That is all outer space. That's not inner space. That's outside you. That is outer space. This is that same word. This is the same concept. But to pretend that, oh no, it only means a vacuum that can only be created in a lab. The only place a vacuum is ever found is inside a lab. It has to be man-made. There are certain stipulations and so forth and set up. In nature, vacuums aren't there. There is no point in this world that anyone can show or prove a vacuum is real. They can only pretend. And those pretending are usually in labs. So when you say that, well, this lab proved that, guess what? It's a lab. It is pretend. It is make 'em up. It is insanity. That's what it is. To the same people that go out there and claim this insanity is good. You want to know why the Bible says 10% should go to these people? Because in order to count to 1 in a +1 system, you have to, not pretend, you have to start with 0. +1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. +1 is 3. +1 is 4. +1 is 5. +1 is 6. +1 is 7. plus 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. At which point, when you add the next one, you're talking about a system. Just like you have an alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Just because you can come up with the word cat, it is not a new letter to the alphabet. You're talking about a system of rearranging what is already there and what you've already counted. So when you get up to 9 to go to 10, you're talking about a system. This is what the church pushes, is this system. That's why 10 is mentioned. That's why 10% is mentioned. Because those who see the truth will understand. In order to get to 1, you first have to count 0. And it goes into a system at the point you get to 10. And it becomes insanity claiming that just because you can rearrange the numbers, i.e. cat, it makes a new number. No, it doesn't make a new number as much as cat is not a new letter. It's insanity when you claim cat is a new letter to the alphabet because the system allows you to rearrange the letters to make the word cat. It doesn't make CAT a new letter to the alphabet in any way, shape, or form. And to think it does is pure insanity. It's not sane to think that way. And you wonder where it starts. Welcome to slavery. Because the Bible pushes slavery. Because the Bible pushes this type of insanity. Those who are sane can see it. Those who are insane will make up excuses as to how 10 is a new number and not just a rearranging of what you've already counted in order to get to 1, because you first have to count 0 before you can count to 1. And that's your problem. You want to consider 0 as 10. 0 is a placeholder. Placeholders have no value. Numbers have value. Think of it as 0 representing the letter A, if you can't get your mind around it any other way. Other than that, as I have said, my writings are all interconnected. Just as everything I've gone through is all interconnected somehow. Putting the dots together, however, is not an easy thing. I tell truth. I'm not afraid of this supposed beast. Other than that, Creator be more.